call it Africa Town, Los Angeles. And today we are glad that we are taking the bank movement on a national level. We got some family back east who are also standing up with us now. So we continue to push this. As we continue to push this, we look to grow and add more people, because basically what we're talking about is affecting black communities all across the country. This is actually the fourth campaign we've had against these banks. The first campaign we started in 2011. Some of you might remember what was called the Occupy movement. It started with Occupy Wall Street. Then it went across the country. In LA, they had Occupy LA. And those of us that was going up to the encampment at City Hall realized it wasn't really touching the issues of the black community. So we brought it back over this way, and what we ended up calling Occupy Crenshaw. And one of our first actions in that was at the Bank of America right at the Crenshaw Mall. The second week, we went to the Chase Bank on Crenshaw and Vernon. And we really got caught up fighting a lot of different corporations, also trying to build up our smaller black businesses. So we didn't go fully ahead with the banks like we knew needs to happen. We started the second campaign in 2015. A few of us, our brother Dino, you might have seen him giving the bird to one of the Wells Fargos. We had taken the pictures in 2015, but that was tied into the fight against Black Friday. We saw annually our people spend billions of dollars with white corporations on Black Friday, so we started encouraging our people to redirect that financial support into black businesses, but at the same time calling out corporations like Wells Fargo, other banks, other corporations for the exploitation of our community. Then in 2018, one of our last missions with our great brother Mac Capone, we held a bank transfer day where we went around to different banks in the community for about a month or so, and we encouraged people to join us on one particular day to transfer over to One United, which is actually right across the street from where we're at right now. And we actually had a nice turnout that day. We had a bunch of brothers and sisters out here in front of One United, had a few people we admitted to different banks come. And that was that. So now, in this fourth campaign, we are really focused on the fact that banks have played a major role in the devastation of our communities. Initially, we were looking at 4 of the mega banks like Chase Bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and Citibank. Over the past month, we have learned, based off of the recent congressional hearings, it's actually 7 mega banks. In addition to those 4, there's PNC, there's TRUIST, and I keep forgetting the 7th one, but we normally add it in our description. So basically what we're doing is we're calling on these banks who are claiming since 2020 they've been investing billions of dollars into our communities. So you figure 7 mega banks, a lot of other corporations in 2020 in response to the George Floyd uprising said they were putting hundreds of millions of dollars like Facebook and HBO and Amazon. But we've seen the conditions in our community get worse over the past 2 years.
That's right.
So as we've investigated what is happening, what we see is they play this little game where they give a small circle, small amounts of funds, and of course those on top get a larger chunk, but as it trickles down to the people that need it the most, it's doing nothing. So on top you hear a number like, yeah, they're putting $30 billion into our communities, but then by the time it gets to the hands of the people, it's something they'll spend in a week or 2 at most. So on one end, they've taken homes away from us, they've taken businesses away from us. Now they're basically giving us a welfare check on steroids. And we're saying enough of the games. You know, our people are dying at the highest rates, we're being displaced at the highest rates. As a lot of you know, the temperature has dropped over the past week, and it's our people out here sleeping on these cold-ass sidewalks. So the banks are saying they have the money. They're allegedly putting the money into our communities, but now we want to make sure that money gets to the people who need it the most, and in manners that can actually make some change, bring about some change, help sustain our presence in these communities that they have been systemically pushing us out of. So for now, I'm going to shut up and let others who are with us share why they came out today. But again, this is the beginning of a national action now. I want to shout out the United Empires of Alkebulan. They have taken the initiative to join us back east. We're also talking to a few other organizations, so we're looking at this picking up weekly at this point. And again, just big ups to everybody. And people always ask, well, what is the end of the day if, you know, you're telling them to boycott a bank? We're saying go to a One United, go to a Broadway Federal, go to a black-owned financial institution and do your business. Black power.
What's up there, Black family? Well, you know what? This is Kevin Ward Price, Africa Town Coalition. Billion pretty much has said it all. We are out here to get our reparations from these banks. We are out here to bring an awareness to the black family that we need to stop doing business with these institutions who were part of the slave trade, some of them. You know what I'm saying? And their legacy of exploitation of the black family continues even in the 21st century. So we're out here today just to give that message. I'm not going to spend too much time. I just want to give a good shout out to the United Empires of Alkebulan. And we got a lot of work that we're going to be doing throughout the nation. Everybody, you know, what do we say? Just get that sign and go in front of that bank. And this is what you do, okay? And then you put it out there on social media and let's hook this up. You know what I'm saying? This can even turn into a, well, I don't really want to say a challenge, but okay, it turned into a challenge. I don't know. All right, so anybody else want to get in before we go over to this bank? We got brother, okay, here we go.
Yeah, so we encourage people to transfer their banks to One United Bank, which is a black-owned bank. We need more black-owned businesses in our community, and then, like Kevin said, is that not One United Bank, but Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, that was part of the slave trade. So they financed a lot of slave ships. They went from a lot of these other countries in West Africa, and they financed a lot of them. So we got to hold these banks accountable too, and then transfer to One United Bank, Broadway Bank, or any other financial institution that's in your state. Man, we need to get as much black support as possible. Though, if y'all don't live in California, if y'all in Detroit or any other city in the East that's a black-owned institution, bank, support those, because they definitely will fund support more black-owned businesses in the community. That's all I got to say.
And just to add, you can find the information on what these banks are doing on Fight to Save Black LA. That's Fight, the number 2, Save Black LA. We added clips of the recent congressional hearings breaking down the corruption, breaking down their history in slavery, breaking down how they manipulate the wealth gap. So most definitely follow those to find out more information. But now we about to turn it up and see if we can get some folks to transfer those accounts today.
Yeah, black
Black
power.
power. And no black eraser. That's right.
Black power.
Black power.
One United Bank, this is a black-owned bank. These banks have been taking black people's homes for a long time.
Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're doing a lot of corrupt business in our communities. They played a major role while a lot of our people get displaced out of their homes. So now we're here.
So we out here doing national boycott and
black-owned bank.
Let's build our own. Support like that.